Hi everyone, welcome back to Journey with Steven, and on this video I will be reviewing my experience on the VTL flight flying from Frankfurt to Singapore on SQ325. And of course this is a vaccinated travel lane flight, so you wouldn't have to quarantine when you come home or when you come to visit Singapore from Germany. And by the time I'm publishing this video, there are more places that are added on the VTL list. However, there are some places that are, adding Singapore into the high risk category for traveling. So if you guys are traveling to these few countries such as the United States as well as Germany, I hope that you guys are able to find the relevant videos that you guys need and relevant paperwork that you guys need to fill up before flying to these countries. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, welcome back to January Steven, and this time round I'm flying on the Vaccinated Travel Lane flight, which is SQ326, bound from Frankfurt to Singapore. And honestly, right, I've been drinking so much today. Ask me who doesn't drink sparkling wine during their whole long check-in, because here's someone who drinks during check-in. I guess it's like a first-class experience. That I'm hesitating whether should I vlog this flight for you guys, but I thought okay, let's do it. But once again, by the time you guys are watching this, it would be like maybe a month or two later, so excuse me guys, but like right now I'm at check-in, still queuing, right, and it's taking some time. I think it's because of the whole checking of the COVID-19 pre-departure test and everything like that, so it's taking up some time. So yeah, and on this flight, I think we are looking at quite a bit more passengers than the flight that I'm bound from Singapore to Frankfurt. So yeah, I mean, that's that, right? So we are bound for 22 o'clock departure, and we should reach back Singapore at about 16 o'clock Singapore time. Anyways, that's that. Okay guys, the process has been so long. Like, I was here 3 hours before the flight departure, and like now the queue is building up as well, and it's taking a long time to check in because there's so much paperwork or process they have to go through in order to let you get your boarding pass. So I was editing this video and preparing for the video to be exported. I realized that I just want to quickly jump on here and say that this whole video is actually curated and also edited based on my whole experience on traveling on the VTL flight back to Singapore from Germany. And right now things are rapidly changing here in Singapore, and as well as the VTL countries that are on the list. So the thing is that Singapore cases are rising so rapidly, and it's in the thousands instead of the hundreds, or even the low, low number of cases that it used to have. So things are rapidly changing and information are consistently being updated. The entry requirement, even to Singapore, it's also consistently updated as well. So in this travel back to Singapore, I actually had to do 4 swab tests. 1 pre-departure swab test in Germany and 3 in Singapore. 1 is the arrival swab test in Singapore Changi Airport, which I actually pre-booked online, and the other 2 it's actually by Raffles Medical for day 3 and day 7 of my arrival. So I just want to quickly say that right now they only require you to have 2 swab tests, which is the pre-departure swab test in Germany before you fly, and the second one that's actually on arrival at Changi Airport. And to make it more seamless, just book it through the Changi online travel concierge, so it will make your whole arriving back to Singapore easier, because you are going to a different lane to do your swab test. So without further ado, let's continue to the video. And the thing is, like, if you are a long-term resident, they have even more documents from you to get it, for you to actually get your boarding pass. So for me, I have to show my vaccination status or the certificate. I need to show my Trace Together app. I need to show my pre-departure PCR test, and I have to answer a few questions. and as well as to check if I have been to any other places other than the whole allowance, which is just Germany, right? That's that. But for like long-term pass holders or like those people who aren't local and are working in Singapore or like residents of Singapore, they have to show their work pass, they have to show their certificate, whether if it's whether they are vaccinated in Germany or in Singapore, and there are so many other more processes for them. And they have to apply for the safe travel pass, and if they don't have it, they cannot fly. So that's another thing. So if you guys have to go on the VTL flight, please, it's very hard for me to consolidate and give it to you guys because you have a whole bunch of like details of like fine details of things that you really need to prepare for, and it's really always changing. And when I show them my pre-departure PCR, they were really like looking at it for some time because like I took the test in their range of 48 hours before, but then they have to count it, they have to verify, they have to see whether there's the stamp, they have the the criteria that are met, which is the name and your either one of those important details, which is probably your birthday or your passport number, etc. So there's all these kind of details to go through. But yeah, finally we have gotten through with all of that, and right now I'm gonna head to the immigration clearance. We are at gate B46 today, so let's get there. Okay, so right now I'm just on the terrace level, just enjoying the weather. Seriously, right? I have adapted to this weather, like from that 28 degrees that slowly fell down to like 10 or like even lower at night. Oh dear, I'm gonna miss this. But anyways, got my boarding pass and just soaking up the last few moments before I board my flight in less than an hour time. So yeah, flight departs here at 10 p.m. and hopefully I can get some sleep. As you guys know, I have problems sleeping on planes, so let's see how it goes. But yeah, that's just it. So right now, boarding is going to commence very soon. Right over there, and there are people already queuing over there.
5 to Singapore is ready for boarding. At gate B46, first we ask our priority, status or business passengers to board the aircraft. After that, we will be boarding all other passengers.
Okay, so after you scan your boarding pass, you walk through, it will actually take your temperature before you are allowed to go further. So right now, just walking down the gate bridge, and I have seriously no idea what awaits me in Singapore. But honestly, the amount of commitment I have left over there is like too much to not go back. But like, yeah. Anyways, I would try to vlog as much as possible on this flight. And so, welcome aboard. 41C.
This way, please.
Thank you. Okay, no worries, thank you. Hi, hello. 41C. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so today I'm on board SQ325 once again from Frankfurt to Singapore, and I'm seated at 41C today. It's quite an awkward sitting because your in-flight entertainment system is being stowed away here, but I think that's not the problem. I think the thing about me right now is that I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of people that are on the flight. And like, the flight is almost fully sold out, right? And almost all the seats are occupied. So I'm like in awe because I have no idea like what's the percentage of like seats they should even fill up first, you know. But yeah, this is I guess the new normal maybe. So see you guys. So my seat is a bit awkward because I can actually see through the business and premium econ, and here I am. And yeah, I mean, should I keep my feet like this? I don't know, but yeah. So I just took out the IPTV and guess what I found. That they are serving, it's either the noodles or scrambled egg with sausage. So let's check it out right now. Looking pretty good. And right here I have a white wine. Let's start it. Although this was a night flight, I really had problems, you know, sleeping on planes. So I actually stayed up, and what I do to kill time was actually just to eat and drink more, really. And I realized that I didn't even use the entertainment system this time around other than just watching the flight path, because I don't know, I just wasn't in the mood for it, and the entertainment system was just placed in a very weird position, really. So I just stored it away and just didn't really use it. And yep, I had a cup of instant noodles and a few Singapore slings and a few wines during the whole time after dinner, because I was quite hungry still, and they actually didn't have a second serving of food, so I actually got the instant noodles to fill up my tummy. So on this flight, they were actually serving supper as well as dinner. So prior to landing, we actually had dinner served to us. So today's dinner is either sambal fish with rice or beef with potatoes. So sambal fish. It smells pretty good, but we have to taste test. And here I have another one again, which I was quite thankful for, because on my stay notice I really didn't have much to eat, so I was quite happy to have some food before I actually stand foot at the airport before heading to my hotel. And it was quite nice to, you know, to know that I am slowly integrating to Singapore time zone with dinner served. So this truly has been quite a flight, because like really you don't see much light other than like your overhead light, right, that you're on. You don't really see much like sunlight after you fly. It's just like the previous flight that I took, it's the same thing. And so thankfully I was able to sleep for a few hours. And I guess that's that. When we land in Singapore, it's slightly over 4 p.m. So there's still a long day to do, right, before like adjusting to the time. So I'll sleep by like 10:30 hopefully. And let's see how things goes when we get through arrivals. Thank you. Bye bye. You too. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Definitely feels very surreal to land in Singapore, especially with a full flight kind of thing. But anyways, yeah, let's see what awaits us. I know my nose is gonna be poked, that's all.
Thank you.
Okay, so the immigration was very smooth, other than having some like sit time because you know they were questioning whether you are out of Singapore in the last, I mean out of Germany in the last 21 days, as well as they were asking what else yeah, they just tell you that you have to do your swab on arrival day 3, day 7 and isolate for the first day. So yeah, going for my swab now. Okay, swab is done. Honestly, it's not so painful as the last one that I did, right? But seriously, the queue is so overwhelming right now. It's the registration that took longer, but the swab was quite quick. But anyways, yeah, time to get myself my car and get to my hotel to rest up. Okay, so my swab is done, of course, as I mentioned earlier. So now I'm on the cab to my hotel to just rest up, maybe edit this vlog and to tidy up my suitcase because everything is kind of like everywhere. I'm not saying that I'm a very messy person, but like my suitcase is that size that I got to try to fit every single thing, and I'm just like rumbling through spaces to just chuck things in. But anyways, yeah, that's that. It just feels so surreal to be able to fly, right? Especially with an almost full flight kind of thing concept. It is really so different as compared to like during the whole past 1.5 years. I don't know, I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm consistently overwhelmed, like before this trip and after this trip. It's just so consistent that like there's always new emotions arising, right? But anyways, yeah, if you guys have any questions, drop them down in the comment section below and I'll try to consolidate them and answer them. So yeah, that's it for now. Bye guys.